Hi folks, it's Teresa from Stringfield Ridge Farm. I am out here in my herb garden early in the morning. Well, it's not real early. It's about 7:30. I am about to do some weeding. The weeds have gotten out of hand in most of my herb garden, and especially since I went on vacation and we had so much rain, and the weeds have just taken over. So I've got to do some weeding. I've got some stuff that is ready to cut and be used, and so I'm going to do that. And first off, I wanted to show you something that has really come in handy around here, and it might come in handy for someone. This was given to me. I didn't go buy it, but she told me it was under $100, and it's really come in handy. She quit using it. She used it for just a little bit and quit using it and got a better one. So I'm going to show you this, and just it might come in handy for someone who either has a small yard and has to do this yourself, especially a woman with a small yard and you have to mow yourself, or don't want to pay anybody to have to mow and can't really maybe afford a lawnmower, a regular lawnmower at the moment, or something like that. Anyway, she got it, I believe, I might be wrong, I believe she got it at maybe Rural King or Tractor Supply several years ago for under $100. I think like $90. Okay, so I'm going to show you how easy it is though, because you think it's hard and you think, oh, I ain't using something like that, but it's really, really pretty easy. So I'm going to get that over here and show you. This is not real tall. It's a little harder in tall grass. This is not real tall, but I'm going to show you how easy. Away. So I use it just here in my herb garden some. Now sometimes Lee comes out here and weed eats my whole herb garden and I don't have to worry about it. But occasionally, if he hasn't weed eat it and I have to come out here, I'll go ahead and push this around through the paths just so that I can cut that down and not have to walk through any tall grass. And this is not real tall, but it does need a little mowing. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to push this down and back and show you how easy. It really is easy. If I can use it, anybody can use it. And so what else? It is like the old-timey ones. I remember my dad having one, and he just used it right around the house, like some of the smaller patches that he didn't get the riding lawnmower through. He had one of these and he would mow with it. And those old ones were a whole lot harder to use. So anyway, I'm going to go down and back and show you how easy. So you just that's it. One pass usually does it. I kind of made a couple of pushes there in some thicker spots, but on this that wasn't real tall, one pass was fine. And if you're a little stronger than me, one pass might be good on taller grass too. But that's it. I just wanted to show that, and now I'm going to get to weeding and cutting, and I'll show a little bit of that. All right, before I get busy, I'm going to show you another little thing I got that I really like. I believe I ordered this on Amazon, and as a little bucket that's got all kinds of holes for your tools, and then you can put plants inside if you want to, produce or whatever inside. I've got other stuff in there right now. but I've got a knife and a snip, a little needle nose snip. And I've got other stuff in here that could go on the side. Where's my big clippers? Oh, in my arm. Under my arm is my big clippers. You could even put the gloves in the side if you were using, I've got other gloves and stuff in here that don't necessarily need to be in there, could be around the sides. But I like this bucket one because it will stand up on its own like that and has lots of storage on the outside for tools. Well, golly darn, I'm gonna show something else. This video may be all about tools I love. These I got at, actually I got this one, I believe I got this one and somebody gave me this one. These are little kids tools. This is a kid's rake and a kid's hoe that you can get at the dollar store. And I don't know, they were like, I don't know, $3 a piece maybe. They come in so handy for a raised bed. Or even, I guess, even any kind of raised bed or something like that. I have 6 raised beds here, and these come in so handy because they're raised, so I don't have to bend all the way to the ground anyways. Oh, bite and fly. Whoo, bite and fly. Shoo. I may have to go get some bug spray. And I have all natural bug spray that I get from the dollar store in the dollar aisle. Anyway, these come in real handy for a raised bed. So there you go. These were great. These were great purchases. Now I'll get busy. So I'm going to show you what I'm dealing with in here is mostly crabgrass. And if you know crabgrass, you hate it. It takes over and it spreads and it vines out really bad. So this is crabgrass. And it has a loose root. It's easy to pull up though, but it just, you know, that one little clod takes over a big old spot. So what we're gonna do, is this fall, late fall, when everything's just before everything kind of dies out, we're going to, bad as I hate to do it, dig up my permanent herbs, my perennials, and whoo, that bite and fly, I'm gonna have to go get some. My perennial type stuff, we're gonna dig up and put in totes and put in the greenhouse for the winter. And during the winter, we are gonna cover these beds with newspaper. The reason I use newspaper instead of cardboard is because I work for the newspaper and can get all the newspaper I want free. So we're gonna, otherwise I would use cardboard. We're gonna cover the beds with newspaper and get a big load of new compost from the place we get compost at every year. We're gonna get a new truckload of compost and put over the newspaper in all the beds. And then in the spring, I can bring my perennials back and put them back where I want them. And in doing that, because a lot of my herbs are already spreading good, some of that's not gonna already be spreaded out good like I want it. That's why I hate doing it, because like my catnip has spread over half of the bed and I'm not gonna be able to dig all that up, which is fine because the catnip spreads really good anyway, so it's fine. The lemon balm, I'm probably gonna cut back as much of that and use it as I can. And the comfrey, all of those things spread good. The echinacea, the yarrow, all of it spreads really good and has taken up like half of the bed. So I really hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to. And then after that, I'm gonna have to keep these weeds out so that I don't have to do that again. So that's what we're gonna do this year to take care of this problem. All right, I went ahead and got this insect repellent to show. It's an insect repellent, personal care insect repellent, plant-based repellent. It's got a few ingredients I can't pronounce. And it's got, well, should have brought my glasses. Lemongrass oil, geranium, like the flower, geranium. It's got that in there, and lemongrass oil, and clove. I don't have my glasses. Can't read it good. Anyway, it's pretty good stuff, and $1. So anyway, that's good stuff. And then I grabbed my little frog. I have a big frog. These are called frogs. You get them wet and let them air a minute, and it's cool. And then you can wrap it around your neck. And I have a big one, but I couldn't find it, so I grabbed this little one that I had gotten. And those are great. So check out a frog. They're wonderful. All right, so I'm going to show you something about lavender. What I've done is I weeded all around. I'm going to weed around each plant that I'm concerned about first, so that I can get those weeds out of there and take care of that plant. So this is my lavender, and what I have learned about lavender is it doesn't stay good here, and I don't know if that's everywhere. I don't know if it's kind of a biennial type thing, but it doesn't last here. It will a couple years and it will die out. So what I learned to do, I just learned this recently, is to air layer. So what you do is you take a stick of it, like I did right here, a woody piece of it. It gets woody at the base. And if you take a piece of that woody part and bury it, and it will sprout up from that. So it's, I think, what they call air layering, like they do trees and shrubs and stuff. Okay, so this is mealy blue sage that I've had for several years, and I haven't really used it as an herb, but it is a beautiful flower. So I really hate to get rid of it, but in my, oops, well, I pulled the whole dang thing out. Okay, I was just going to show you. I'm going to take that one in and put it in a vase. But it is a beautiful flower. I haven't used it as an herb. So I may just dig this one up and put it out with some flowers, because it is beautiful, and I use it for cut flowers, but I don't necessarily need it in my herb garden. So this will probably get dug up and put in out there somewhere with regular flowers. Here is a plant that grows wild here all over the place. It's called shiso or seashow, something like that. I'm probably saying that wrong. It grows wild here. It's usually got a purple. It's got some purple. It's usually a purple top when it's young. It comes in purple or green, I believe. It is somewhat medicinal, and I believe edible too. But it grows wild all over the place here. So if I wanted some, I could get it anywhere. I don't need it in my herb garden. so I'm getting rid of that. So I'm starting to sweat pretty good now. I still have a little breeze blowing, just a little, but when it dies down, man, the heat. But this little bit of breeze feels good sometimes. So I got one bed done, and I was going to show you what I have here. This bed is done. I have on the trellis here is scarlet runner beans. I have my lavender I showed you, my blue mealy sage that I'm going to dig up and get out of here. And then on the end down there is my yarrow that I just got going good this year. But over here in the cage, I don't know if you can see over there, there's a little tomato cage over there that has some poblano peppers, and they're doing pretty good. I've gotten 2 pretty good sized peppers off of there. I've got 3, I think, out here in all of my beds, 3 plants, and I've gotten a couple of good sized peppers off of them, and that one's doing pretty good, but it was hidden by the weeds. So maybe now that I've got the weeds out of there, it'll do good. It's got 3 peppers on it, but they're not real big. So I'm hoping now that I got all the weeds out from around it, it'll do better. But that's what I always do. I have my set herbs, and then I'll plant some tomatoes and peppers in between the herbs, and supposedly that kind of helps with pests on your plants. And it seems to have worked. I don't think I've ever had any problems in here with hornworms or anything really, except spiders. And everybody knows I am arachnophobic and can't stand spiders. But I have tackled a couple of big spiders doing this bed. And as long as they went on out of my way, I left them alone. Anyway, that is a problem for me. And I know they're beneficial in the garden, but I can't stand them. So, I had rather come across a snake than a spider, to be perfectly honest. That's the truth. I'm arachnophobic. I'd rather have a snake out here than a spider. So, and I know the spiders are good for aphids and whatever, all that pests. But I haven't, like I said, seen a whole lot of pests in here. A lot of this is lemon balm, and as I'm pulling, I'm getting that lemon balm smell, so it's really nice. But a lot of this is Johnson grass too, and it's hard to pull. This Johnson grass is harder to pull than the crabgrass. I have another pepper plant right here. I need to get him uncovered so that he can do better. There we go. There he is. He doesn't have any peppers. But maybe he will now. I should have put on my microphone so you could hear me way over here. I do have a microphone. But it might just get in my way. Ladies, if you want to work out, and you don't have a gym, plant a garden and keep up with it. Don't let it go like I did. Keep up with a garden, and you'll have a workout every morning. Get out there early before it gets too hot and work it, and you'll have your morning workout every morning. So I am almost done with this second bed with the lemon balm, a tomato plant, and comfrey. That's what's in this bed. Comfrey on this end, lemon balm on that end, and I have a tomato plant and a pepper plant in the middle. And I'm almost done with this bed, and I found a lamb's quarter in the middle of the lemon balm. So I'm going to take that in the house and put that in a jar of water and chop that up and eat it tonight in a salad or something. It's good for you. Very nutritious. Very, very nutritional. I have a video on that. I'll tag at the end of this on lamb's quarter. And so this is a big one. I'm not sure how tender it'll be. Kind of tall, but it's not big leaves, so it may still be fine. It has kind of a dusty look right at the top middle there. You can just wash this off and cut it up in a salad. You can also chop this up and freeze it to put in soups and casseroles and things, and it's highly nutritious and good for you. So I'll tag that video at the end of this video. Now Lee has cranked up the lawnmower, so you may not be able to hear me good from here on out. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video. I'm on my second bed, almost done with my second bed, and it is about 9:30, so it's gonna get hotter here very soon. So like I said, I'm gonna end this video. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Thank you. So I'm just gonna do a little advertising plug here at the end is, you know, when I go in, I am going to use some of my jewelweed soap and wash up good with jewelweed soap to prevent anything itchy I might have gotten into. And then after I wash good or take a shower with my jewelweed soap, I'm going to put on a little jewelweed salve on any spots that itch, and that will take care of it. And I promise you it works wonderfully, and I sell it on Etsy at Stringfield Ridge Farm, and also you can contact me on Facebook and order it. I have jewelweed soap and jewelweed salve available, and it works wonderfully. Thanks for watching.